They say that imitation is flattery, so I'm going to take a cue from Fernando. My staff, please. My board chairs here, my board members, my líderes members. Vente, acá, aquí. Leave your drinks behind. Leave your drinks behind and come stand behind me. This is the staff of LatinoJustice PRLDEF. This is the board of LatinoJustice PRLDEF. These are the líderes, our volunteers of LatinoJustice PRLDEF. Francisco, that was an excellent move and very classy move, which I'm so happy to imitate, so gracias. So behind you are incredible members of our community, a community that of course has been struggling to ensure that our rights and our ability to actually be treated with dignity in this country is uppermost in our agenda. That is actually not only talked about, but we actually make sure that it happens. And this staff is an amazing staff. The only persons you don't have behind me are our staff in Orlando. And yes, we did check on them. Gracias, Lynda, for that point. And they're fine for now. And gracias a Dios, esperamos que lo mejor para ellos. Just a couple of real quick points. Media portrayal of disfavored groups in this country is really both a historical issue and a contemporary issue. It's not just history like in black and white TV. It's not just history about how Hollywood depicted Mexicanos at its infancy. How I learned recently that Thomas Edison's first film was about two Mexicanos having a sword fight. It's not just about the history. It's a contemporary issue. Because the media portrays disfavored groups in a way that makes them invisible and makes them and continues to feed that stereotype. It undermines our value as gente, as humanos, as seres humanos in this world. It makes our contributions invisible. It justifies our exclusion in newsrooms and film studios. And it encourages hate speech. The National Hispanic Media Coalition, Alex, nationally, and both Malta and Angelo here locally, understand this. They understand this fully. It's why they exist. It's why they carry the banner to make sure that those portrayals are eliminated, that the exclusion is broken, and that the ability, like I said before, of treating all of us with the dignity we deserve for the contributions we make to this country, nuestro país, are recognized and respected. We have an incredible election coming up in just a few weeks. Mi gente, if you have not voted, or not registered to vote, I'm sure everybody here has. But here's your biggest task, is to call your cousins in Pennsylvania. Call your cousins in North Carolina. You know our people are everywhere. Call everybody up and urge them to register to vote. They have a couple days to do it. Urge them to turn out and vote, and be very, very plain. I run a nonprofit 501c3. I can't tell you what I personally think of this election. Go ahead. But we all know we have an opinion of this election. If we don't get the people who normally sit home y se quejan to get out and actually do something on November 8th, we have missed an opportunity. Today is Fannie Lou Hamer's birthday. A heroine in the Voting Rights Act struggle. See, the Voting Rights Act successes in our history are not just written by men. Fannie Lou Hamer was insistent that the Democratic Party open its doors for the black voters of the South, equal on par with the white men of the South. Had she been alive today, she would have been saying all the right things about Trump. Had she been alive today, she would have been also arm in arm with Latinos to make sure that this election is an important election that we come out. 6.1 million citizens are eligible to vote but cannot vote because of felon disfranchisement laws in this country. 6.1 million. At LatinoJustice, we try to do our best to try to stop that. But let me end on a ray of hope. This past Monday, I think it was, there was a PBS special on Willie Velazquez.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Willie Velazquez is an icon in the voting rights struggle of our community. Willie Velazquez founded the Southwest Voter Registration Education Project. Willie Velazquez, and many others, of course, was responsible for turning around Texas's political participation in such a way that his outfit was imitated in other parts of the country. He's an icon in our struggle. In his memory, we have to vote. In his memory, thank you. You can clap for Willie Velazquez. In his memory of making sure los mexicanos y los tejanos de Texas do everything possible to get their fair share and are treated with the dignity that they deserve, we have to make sure we vote. And it's that dignity that we all hold, that's part of our essence, como seres humanos en este país, seres humanos en este mundo, that the National Hispanic Media Coalition makes sure that we are always at the forefront of the images of our people, of our Latinas and Latinos in the press, of our inclusion in the newsrooms and Hollywood studios, and ensuring that hate speech is eliminated once and for all. Gracias.